Namaste Vidya.
खुश रहो बिटिया।
Myself JVN Dr. Ritu Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Gynae Ops, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today's session is antenatal advice. Principles. First is to counsel the woman about the importance of regular checkup. Second is to maintain or improve the health status of the woman to the optimum till delivery by judicious advice regarding diet, drugs, and hygiene. Third, to improve the psychology and to remove the fear of the unknown by counseling the woman. Diet. Now, first is advice to diet of the pregnant lady. The diet during pregnancy should be advocate to provide A. Good maternal health, B. Optimum fetal growth, C. The strength and vitality required during labor, and D. Successful lactation. During the pregnancy, there is increased calorie requirement due to increased growth of the maternal tissue, fetus, placenta, and increased basal metabolic rate. The increased calorie requirement is to the extent of 300 over the non-pregnancy state during second half of pregnancy. Generally, the diet in pregnancy should be of woman's choice as regard the quantity and the type. Women with normal BMI should eat adequately so as to gain the optimum weight 11 kg. Overweight women with BMI between 26 and 29 should limit weight gain to 7 kg, and obese women should gain less weight. Excessive weight gain increase antepartum and intrapartum complications during fetal macrosomia. Now, daily dietary allowance for a woman of reproductive age, pregnancy and lactation. There are the table showing the pregnant woman lactation daily diet of the period, and there are the now the pregnancy diet ideally should be light, nutritious, easily digestible, and rich in protein, minerals, and vitamins. The diet should consist in additional to the principal food at least half liter, if not 1 liter of milk, plenty of green vegetables and fruits. The amount of salt should be of sufficient amount to make the food tasty. At least half of the total protein should be first class, containing all the amino acids, and the majority of the fat should be animal type, which contains vitamin A and D. Dietetic advice should be given with due to consideration to the socio-economic condition, food habits, and taste of the individual. Women with normal BMI should eat as to maintain the scheduled weight gain in pregnancy. The instruction about diet should be reasonable and realistic to individual women. Supplementary not showing the same word. As previously mentioned, there is negative iron balance during pregnancy, and the dietetic iron is not enough to meet the daily requirement, especially in second half of pregnancy. The supplementary iron therapy is needed for all pregnant mothers from 16 weeks onward. About 10 gram percent of hemoglobin, 1 tablet of ferrous sulfate containing 60 mg of elemental iron is enough. The dose should be proportionately increased with lower hemoglobin level to 2 to 3 tablets a day. These tablets provide 45 mg of absorbable iron, as the essential vitamins are either leaking in the foods or are destroyed during cooking. Supplementary vitamins are to be given daily from 20th week onwards. Antenatal hygiene. In otherwise uncomplicated cases, the following advice are to be given: rest and sleep. The patient may continue her usual activities throughout pregnancy. However, excessive or strenuous work should be avoided, especially in the first trimester and the last 4 weeks. And recreational exercise is permitted as long as she feels comfortable. There is individual variation of the amount of sleep required. However, on an average, the patient should be bathed in for about 10 hours, especially in the last 6 weeks. In late pregnancy, lateral posture is more comfortable. Now, bowel habits. Constipation is common. It may cause backache and abdominal discomfort. Regular bowel movement may be facilitated by regulation of diet, taking plenty of fluid, vegetables, and milk, or prescribing stool softener at bedtime. There may be rectal bleeding, painful fissure, or hemorrhoids due to hard stool. Bathing habits. The patient should be take daily bath, but be careful against sleeping in the bathroom and due to imbalance. Clothing, shoes and bed. The patient should wear loose but comfortable garments. High heel shoes should better be avoided in advanced pregnancy when the center of balance alters. Constriction belt should be avoided. Now, dental care. Good dental and oral hygiene should be maintained. The dentist should be counseled if necessary. This will facilitate extraction or filling of the caries tooth if required comfortably in the second trimester. Care of the breast. Breast engorgement may cause discomfort during late pregnancy. A well-fitting bras can give relief. Coitus. Generally, coitus is not restricted during pregnancy. Release of prostaglandin and oxytocin with coitus may cause uterine contraction. Women with increased risk of miscarriage or preterm labor should avoid coitus if they feel such increased uterine activity. Now, travel. Travel by vehicles having jogs is better to be avoided, especially in first trimester and the last week of pregnancy. The long journey is preferably to be limited to the second trimester. Rail route is preferable to bus route. Travel in pressurized aircraft is safe up to 36 weeks. Air travel is contraindicated in cases with placenta previa, preeclampsia, severe anemia, sickle cell disease. Prolonged sitting in a car or airplanes should be avoided due to risk of venous stasis and thromboembolism. Seat belt should be under the abdomen. Smoking and alcohol. In view of the fact that smoking is injurious to health, it is better to stop smoking not only during pregnancy but even thereafter. Heavy smokers have smaller babies and there is also more chance of abortion. Similarly, alcohol consumption is to be drastically curtailed or avoided so as to prevent fetal maldevelopment or growth restriction. Immunization. Fortunately, most of life-threatening epidemics are rare. In the developing countries, immunization in pregnancy is a routine for tetanus, Other are given under epidemics occur or traveling to an endemic zone or for traveling over these. Live virus vaccine are contraindicated. Rabies, hepatitis A and B vaccine, toxoid can be as in non-pregnant state. Tetanus, immunization against tetanus not only protects the mother but also the neonates. In unprotected women, 0.5 ml tetanus toxoid is given intramuscularly at 6 weeks. In interval 4 to such, the first one be given between 16 and 24 weeks, and women are immunized in the past as a booster dose of 0.5 ml IM is given, intramuscularly is given in the last trimester. Drugs. Almost all the drugs given to mother will cross the placenta to reach the fetus. Possibility of pregnancy should be kept in mind while prescribing drugs to any woman of reproductive age. General advice, the patient should be persuaded to attend for antenatal checkup positively on the scheduled date of visit. She is instructed to report to the physician even at an early date if some untoward symptoms arise such as intense headache, disturbed sleep with restlessness, urinary troubles, epigastric pain, vomiting and scanty urination. She is advised to come to hospital for consideration of admission in the following circumstances, like first is painful uterine contraction at interval of about 10 minutes or earlier and continued for at least 1 hour, and suggestive of onset of labor, and sudden gush of water to per vaginum, suggestive of premature rupture of membrane, active vaginal bleeding, however slight it may be. And this session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.